Let's go. What's good? Mm. What's good, guys? It's Nathan Nice, aka the Light Skin Bourdain. You feel me? You're checked into the Kitchen Couch Podcast. You know what I'm saying? We get everything set up. This is the early morning cup of coffee. I smoke my joint. Getting the regulation. Getting the. There we go. Get my mic ready. Yeah. What's good? We just getting ready for the early morning. You know what I mean? Sipping some coffee. About to smoke a joint. Reading over the news for today. Mm, mm. It's delicious, man. Delicious. Let's see if we can get two live videos at the same time. Cup of coffee. Uh, yeah. What's good? What's good? You smell me? Nathan Nice, motherfucking Kitchen Couch Podcast. Once again, we listening to the morning news and just commenting, just trying something new. Posted up on the couch. You already know how I do. So
Well, he's
see.
59 years old now, and he is a free man. All right, Michael Strahan has tested positive for COVID-19, and that's why he hasn't been on Good Morning America all week. They said he only appeared remotely for Fox NFL Sunday because he's been taking these precautions. He's not experiencing any severe symptoms, but he does have daughters, and his daughters did come into contact with him after he'd been exposed, so they're getting tested as well. And so is their mother, who they live with most of the time. So right now, we're not sure how much longer he'll be quarantining, but he's being safe.
Yeah, now when I hear people like Michael Strahan tested positive for COVID, I need to know if they got symptoms or not. If he's asymptomatic, I send my well wishes. I don't necessarily send a lot of prayers going to God.
You can send your well wishes.
Well wishes. Not if you're actually sick and got symptoms, I send prayers. If you're just asymptomatic, I send well wishes. God is, both. God is on back order right now.
Well, he's not experiencing any severe symptoms, fortunately, but he just got diagnosed.
Well, I send him my well wishes.
All right, now the Seattle Seahawks offensive lineman Chad Wheeler, he was arrested over the weekend, and they were called by a woman. The police were called by a woman. She had locked herself in the bathroom, and she told a 911 dispatcher that she was being killed. According to the report, Chad Wheeler attacked her, dislocated her shoulder, and choked her to the point of when she woke up.
I want to comment on this.
He was shocked that she was still alive. She said what was most terrifying was how cold he was. He thought I was dead on my bed and continued to eat dinner. When I ran into the bathroom, he said, "Wow, you're still alive," while sipping on a smoothie. So Chad Wheeler was taken into custody. He initially refused to cooperate with officers. His bail is $400,000. He was released Tuesday morning. This is domestic violence, and he did go on social media and say events happened over the weekend that transpired from a manic episode. I am deeply pain and suffering that I have caused to Aaliyah and her family. I apologize profusely for the turmoil that I have caused to my family, teammates, fans, and those closest to me. The most important thing right now is that Aaliyah gets the care she needs and I get help. Both are happening. It is time for me to walk away from football and get the help I need to never again pose a threat to another. I cannot express my sorrow or remorse enough. I am truly ashamed. So he has been charged with first-degree domestic violence assault, domestic violence and lawful imprisonment, and resisting arrest. He will be arraigned on February 9th.
Now, Obviously being a Seattle Seahawks fan, of course I heard about Chad Wheeler. He was garbage. Let me just start it off by saying he was a garbage time player. Nobody liked him even as a player. Yeah, I mean, as far as the fanship goes, we knew how trash he was. He was okay against was it not Tennessee, the Packers? One of our final games, he was okay. That's it. You go and hit a woman. Not only do you hit this woman, but you beat the living dog shit out of her. You got to go, bro. Talking about, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Now, a lot of people have been in mistakes. So I'm not trying to sit here and act like I'm perfect, but you got to go, bro. You got to, mm-mm. He needs to get help. He needs to get his ass kicked. He fucking, what I'm saying, pay up the fines, what I'm saying, make sure they'll never date again. Do not date, do not go back to this man. I don't care what his girl's name is. I don't know what her name is. Do not go back to this man, okay? I'm telling you right now. Do not go back to him, all right? Because just because he gets help and changes doesn't mean he's gonna see you in the same way. A lot of people are in relationships with people who don't set boundaries with them. And I like again, I'm not saying I'm perfect and I know everything, but I know that having some boundaries is good, and sticking to your boundaries is good. So, a lot of girls want to go back to dudes after they change and get counseling and shit. I mean, salute to you if you can, but I don't suggest it. Don't go back to that nigga who done all that shit. There's like a point of no return, you know what I mean? And you pass that threshold, son. So it's a shame though. We need to protect our women better, and just I guess it's finally making national news, and people were mad about it and upset about it. So just figure I had to comment on it, say something, say what's good about it. Damn, Facebook is really hoeing me though. Facebook and Instagram are really hoeing me. I'm doing some big things, you know what I'm saying? I got some big numbers going on. And it just seems like they want me to, they're not trying to let me get followers. I can't my algorithms are all fucked up. And granted, I don't follow the specific algorithm, but I'm like, man, and it's funny, right when I started getting 1,000 followers, I started seeing excuse me. Um Damn, that joy was good. It totally made me space. Um But oh yeah, they're trying to hoe my algorithms. Basically, that's what it was. The Facebook is hoeing my algorithm. I don't know why. I feel like uh it's got to. It's like all about bots and shit and playing this internet game, and it's just like, you know what? I'm reading the book right now. It's called Digital Minimalism. It's fucking dope, right? It's a book where talks about reducing your uh, online consumption, your electronic device consumption, be it Netflix, be it applications, be it phone, be it video games, and challenges you to fast and challenges you to become minimal with some of the distractions that we're facing right now. So I say that to say this. I think I'm done playing this internet game. I think I'm gonna start trying to hone back on this. Still run the podcast, still run the website, um, but just try and find a way to hone it back in. Um, I feel like I've been using social media way too much, and it becomes depressing. Uh, when you wake up and you see your life isn't like somebody else's, and you see that there's so much fucked up shit going on in the world, or there's so many people doing better than you in the world, you know, and you get, me personally, I get stressed out. I get stressed out, and it's not even purposeful comparison. It's subconscious comparison. I want to be traveling right now during this pandemic. I want to be, out clubbing and getting traveling different states and getting these interviews that I know I need to get and I can get, making moves. But also, I mean, this COVID shit ain't something to play around with, especially if you're immunocompromised. I need to get me some water, but when you're immunocompromised, then you really can't play around with this COVID shit. So, I just been really looking at mortality, really trying to respect it as much as possible. I smoke weed. I quit cigarettes this year, actually, earlier this year, January. I want to say I quit cigs completely, cold turkey and everything. Granted, I had a couple in between, maybe January and February. So I don't know if what you guys call cold turkey, but pretty much cold turkey. No pills. We tried the patches. These are okay. They just literally get rid of the craving. But if you're a smoker, you're still gonna want to smoke. You're still gonna want to light up. And that's probably part of the reason so much damn weed, because I was so used to smoking weed and cigarettes. I've got a smoking addiction. I've got I hate saying the oral fixation, but I've got an oral fixation, I guess. It's so funny. People want to message you while you're on live. Like, for what, bruh? Like, you see, I'm over here doing this live, but like, you can just hop on. But it's probably my investment group. I need to like mute them. Anyways, so, smoking. I quit smoking this year. I did quit drinking this year too. Oh, nice. Okay. Some good news. Yeah, we'll discuss this later. Hey, no disrespect. I know I called you out on this live, but glad to hear some good news and not just some crusty ass news. You know what I mean? But um, like I was saying, so I quit cigarettes the beginning of this year. I quit drinking. I had a drink on New Year's, and I'm pretty sure, unless something crazy happens where I need a drink, and I don't see that for the foreseeable future. I don't think I'll ever be having a drink again. I literally had one drink, one shot of vodka on New Year's. And granted, it was some bottom shelf, blah, 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 right? It was a shot. That one shot made me feel so ill. Like, ill. Like, is this what drunk was feeling like? I don't know. Granted, a beer would just spike my blood sugar, you know. And then the next day, just sore, just sore. And I'm starting to get to the coffee like this too. Eventually, I'm gonna have my own drinks. My own. I got a moringa morning milk or morning milk moringa, whatever you want to call it, recipe. It's on my TikTok, so keep that. You know what I'm saying? I got some new recipes on the website too. But you know, addiction is a son of a bitch, and But I mean, shout out to me, pat myself on the back because cigarettes and drinking, those are two big vices. You want to know what's funny? You know what helped me do it? Mushrooms. Mushrooms helped me in such a way I never knew it would. Um, Something about it just makes me just made me like really think about the addiction. How does it make you feel? Why are you doing it? And it kind of is to a point with weed too, especially if I'm on mushrooms and then I'll smoke some weed. It kind of triggers depending on the weed and depending on how I smoke it. Now, wax on the other hand, I love me some wax. I haven't even smoked no dabs in like about a month or two though, literally. So I ain't smoked no dabs in a minute. This is some triple OG crumble. I might have to take a dab on screen for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just to just to show you guys how I get down. But then switching to more edibles, try not to smoke as much. But I love smoking. You know what I mean? I love, you know what I'm saying? Oh, shout out because we about to get the bamboo chalice, man, a real Jamaican steam chalice. You know what I'm saying? It's a ritual in Jamaica because they don't burn the herb; they steam it. You feel me? You don't burn the herb; you steam it. So basically, what it looks like is a bong, right? It looks like a bong, but then it's like got a tube right here, and it's made out of coconut right here where it holds the water, right? And in this chamber right here, instead of it having a female piece and then a male piece, get it? Male goes inside the female. You feel me? And this goes for any parts too, like any auto parts or anything. Distinguish the male from the female pieces. Uh, Instead of this, it's just a stem, and then this is basically a terracotta pot thing. Then you put the weed in it, right? And then you get this thing hella hot. You either get there's a couple of ways to do it. You don't want to get the terracotta too hot because the terracotta itself could crack, right? So you get these coconut embers, you feel me? You don't use coals. You don't use hot coals like hookah coals. You use coconut embers. It tastes way better too. Fuck hookah coals. Those shit taste like shit. So look, it's in here, right? And I'm gonna go live when I get it. Trust that. It'll be in like a month or two. It's coming straight from Jamaica. But right here, it's got this terracotta pot. So you put the weed in inside of it. You get these embers really hot, and you place it on the weed. And the embers are supposed to burn the weed down. And then you steam it. But instead of you don't suck out of this, it's like a straw type of situation. So you steam the herb. You don't burn the herb. You steam the herb. And so once I get off that, be steaming this herb, baby, I'm gonna be feeling 100,000 times better. Cut this coffee, get you some sea moss. You feel me? I got sea moss on deck. Feel me? I got the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? I got the Irish right now. And you can tell the difference between the two types. One of them is thicker, the Irish one. I'm charging 35 for 1 month. For 2 months is 60. I reduced my prices, and then for the Jamaican, um, it's like a color mix, basic color wave. I've got um, um, I'm charging 30 for 1 month and 50 for 2 months. So just because shout out to my homegirl, she put me on to some new prices and I was over here like, man, I gotta be comparable. These motherfuckers is and I was just honestly trying to do a fair price. I wasn't even trying to gouge. I was just knowing that what I do and how I put it down is one of the best ways. So, woo, this is that Conjurous Crispus. This is that Irish moss that I'm sipping on. Ooh, this is the first time sipping on it right now. Ooh, with that coffee. That's some shit, man. With that coffee, oh my god, my vision's brightening up. The coffee gave me and what I noticed is the coffee gave me straight energy, but it's coffee gives you chaotic energy. Coffee is like I need to be up moving all day, but I noticed that it doesn't help your mind so much. It kind of scatters your thoughts, can give you anxiety as a side effect of coffee. Um, I noticed that when I was tripping, and you drink, when you're tripping, if you add any substance to what you're doing, you can tell. So like you're tripping, you light a cig, it'll you can feel that part of your brain clicking off. You light a joint, you feel another part of your brain clicking on or off. You take a pill, you feel another part of your brain clicking on and off, and what receptors are being fired or dulled. You know, so if you take acid, for instance, while you're on mushrooms, then you feel um, a little bit overstimulated, I'll say. You can suffer from serotonin shock syndrome, which only happens and it's a very temporary and really hard to get, but I've had it once and um, no lasting long term effects uh, per se. Um, I don't think that time I remember that time. I'm never gonna switch it and do it like that again. I think two different. But anyway, you could feel the different substances when you drink. You can feel something click on, click off. Um, and so I think when I was smoking them cigarettes and drinking, that's how I ended up um feeling. When I lit up a cigarette, my body would just kind of, you know what I'm saying, like an old ass car. Speaking of old ass cars, I gotta get this motherfucker fixed. But um, back to what I was saying. This Irish sea moss is slizzapping. You know what I mean? It's strong than a motherfucker though. Man, who's trying to call me? Oh shit. Hello? 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 Yes, this is I. Good. Hello? Hello? Did you drop the call? Hello? Hello? She must be new on the job. Hello? You called to get my money. Where? What? Bill collector calling to get my money. Can't drop the call.
Hello, are you still there, Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Okay, I think we have a bad connection.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine now.
Oh, that's a little better. I am so sorry. Okay, so I don't know where we cut off at. We are just reaching out in reference to your Xfinity services and seeing if you were able to pay a payment on here today.
Okay, how much is it?
So you've got a past due of the 8038, and then the full is 1816078. So that's the bill times two.
Wait, what's the full bill?
$160.76.
160. Hold on one second. Maybe I can pay all of this month and part of next. Let's see here. So let's pay 120.
Okay.
And you got my card on file, right?
Let me check.
Reminds me, I gotta call Kaiser. Can you use the Mastercard? I think it's 8125. Hold on. 4421. Okay, what's the other one? You don't have 8123. Okay, so you can charge 122. Are you ready? Hold on one second.